Today I want to talk about annual planning or annual reviews, which normally is talked about in December, maybe January. I want to talk about it today because it's really important. It will really help you in your life and in your business to move forward for this year. So let's do it. Hi there. Welcome back. Steve Mattis with Actual Infinity. I also work with Heart of Business, who I highly recommend for their amazing foundational business training. Their structure is amazing. So go check them out. Link is in the description. Let's dig into this concept of annual planning. The annual planning thing is done for 2018, right? Like that was done December, maybe January, if you were a little late to it. But what I find is that often that's where it stops, and you never hear about it again until next December when everybody starts doing my annual plan, right? An annual plan is great. An annual review is great. I do them too, every year. Oh, I just got a note. Shit. The whole goal setting process is a whole nother thing in and of itself. I can do a video about how I like to set goals so that I can actually achieve, but I'm also not stuck into a particular pathway. I find that the way that a lot of people set goals, they actually limit themselves. And it's a really interesting thing. If you want me to do a video about goal setting, I'd be happy to do that, even though it's not December. You can set goals anytime, right? You can readjust. In fact, that's really the whole point of this video. One of the things that I noticed as I went through January and February and March is that at the end of each of those months, as I looked at my calendar, I had a reminder on Monday at 7 a.m., an appointment actually booked with myself that was for my monthly review. And I'll never forget, at the end of January, beginning of February, and it happened again at the end of February, beginning of March, I got to that Monday and I was getting ready to plan my day, and I had totally forgotten to do my monthly review. So if you've done an annual plan, I want to encourage you right now, if you haven't done a monthly review yet, go in and schedule some time for yourself the rest of the year to do monthly reviews. They are incredibly, incredibly important. Then schedule some time at the end of each quarter to do a quarterly review. So I've been doing this for years. And it's funny that I still, if I don't calendar my monthly and quarterly reviews, I forget them. I'm busy. I forget about those things. So get those in your calendar, and they're much more likely to happen if you treat them like an appointment with yourself. Now, what does the monthly and quarterly review look like? Well, I have 5 key objectives that I want to accomplish in 2018. And if I accomplish these 5 objectives, I feel like I will have had a marvelous year, regardless of the other circumstances that are happening. These are things that are in my control. They are not results or outcomes. They are about me and how I perform and how I feel in that performance each and every day. So I can control the things. It's about me. I'm not reliant upon external circumstances for me to feel good, right? So in my monthly and quarterly reviews, what I simply do is I take those 5 key objectives that I'm looking at, those metrics, those measurements, those states of being, or those ways that I want to be working with certain things, and I write a little bit about how it went in the previous month. It takes a couple minutes. It doesn't take long at all. And at the end of the quarter, I do the same thing, except I go back and I read all 3 months' reviews, and then I kind of capture how I'm feeling about my progress, whether or not I feel like I'm really moving forward based on what I read in my reviews, whether or not I feel like I'm on track and moving the direction that I want. I can redirect if I need to. In fact, one of the goals that I had written was I wanted to write specifically about my book, or write my book that I'm working on. And I actually wanted to make that a little bit more general, because I do want to write my book, but I also just want to write more in general. And if I do write more in general, That's going to be better. That's going to serve me. So I was able to broaden that a little bit, and I did that in February. So it was pretty early in the year, and I love how that feels. It feels really right on, and I actually have written more in my book that will be forthcoming sometime. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, if you don't have a monthly and quarterly review, you get to the end of the year, and then you do your year-end review, and you realize that you've missed out on an enormous amount of opportunities. You probably also realize that you accomplished a lot, which is amazing. But this monthly and quarterly review really helps you to stay connected to your heart, to what's really important to you, to make sure that it stays a top priority regardless of the circumstances. I promise you, you cannot get to the end of your year if you're doing monthly or quarterly reviews and not feel good about the progress you're making. Either your goals were way off and you didn't actually want to achieve them, or you just weren't paying attention. Even if you don't knock the ball out of the park, you're going to be so connected with what you did month to month to month to achieve your goals, you're going to make progress, I promise you. So if you're not doing an annual plan, I want to encourage you to do that. Use an iPad, use a notes app, use your phone notes app, write in a paper binder, whatever you want to do it, but please do it. It's so important, and oh my God, it's going to help you a ton. I hope this was super helpful for you. If you would please, I would love it. What is that? Oh, I spit on the lens. That's not good. I literally spit on the lens. That's not fun at all. I'm sorry, lens. I need to clean my lens too. Goodness gracious. There's probably a huge smudge in this video. Anyway. I spit on the lens. I'm sorry, I wasn't spitting at you, I promise. If you would please, it would mean a ton to me if you would like this video, the little thumbs up sign, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out if you do so, and I promise not to be too bothersome. And all that means is that, oh, you know what, there's like a little bell. There's a little bell by the subscribe button that you can click so that you get notifications when I release a new video. So, bam, go do that if that feels good to you. And thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see your face again in the near future. May the will of love be done always. Take care. Bye.